Hello everybody, hope you're having a fabulous day. The title of this video is You and Your Twin Flame Together Through Eternity into the New Vortex of Joy. And before we begin, I was working with somebody yesterday who confessed that she had a slow processing time, so she asked me to go a little bit more slowly. So I'm going to try and speak more slowly throughout this video. No need to rush through anything, just like the process of coming into union. There's no need to rush that either. And this is what it looks like to be escaping hell and entering into joy. The challenges that arise in your reality, and there's always going to be challenges until perfect union or full enlightenment, they arise to elevate your joy and your ascension. You are allowed to be displeased by the upsets and challenges that arise. You are afforded that luxury. No one's ever navigated everything perfectly. Challenges are catalysts. Invest in loving your way through each experience and transcend it. I like higher joy. I'm very motivated to taste the divine nectar, and I'm always seeking more and more. The divine is one's highest thrill. People who get addicted to worldly highs like extreme sports, skydiving, bungee jumps, eventually those things tend to run out of juice. Without God, it's like, God, what am I doing here? With God, it's great, I want more. And the collective is currently moving from one vortex to another. Money is not equivalent to joy. It may equate to joy later on, but chasing dollars is chasing misery. Chasing water when we're thirsty instead of cultivating a relationship with a well. Now you want to be going direct to source, going direct to where there's more joy. One can't say that somebody else is the reason why they're not happy, because it's not true. Wherever one is at, it's exactly where one needs to be. And it's entirely one's own responsibility for where they're at. It's entirely on us to change for the better. Sometimes it can feel like we're trudging through the mud when you really want to romp and frolic in the field. The ugly duckling ended up accepting he was just some sort of weird duck, but this path goes all the way to swan. Our challenges are ours to bear. We won't succumb to the mud because of he who walks with us. And then when we finally do get to frolic and romp, just think how strong your legs will be from the mud, from getting through the mud. There is more divinity and more joy on the other side of your challenge, whatever that is. It's okay to be in the frame of mind right now where you may be thinking that you'd like this to be over soon. That it's difficult and the dream of it becoming good seems very, very hard to attain. Giving up is not where you want to go though, because it's back to square one. Life may then perpetuate a veneer, but it's the same kind of separation, hell, the same pattern of not being with the divine. It's challenging to make it into the new vortex, into the higher frequency. It means leaving behind where you were. And you are moving from one vortex to another. The in-between stage may feel like the doldrums. And at every juncture, the old vortex is going to ask you, are you sure you want to leave? Are you sure you're going to leave? Are you sure you want to leave? And the new vortex will be asking, are you sure you want this? Are you sure you want this? Are you sure you want this? Are you sure you don't want this experience? Yeah, you'll see in your own life where that's happening. Yeah, it feels like the resources that you started with will run out, and the joy that's promised to you may look dim. It looks dark and hard. You don't know when the new vortex, new frequency will pull you in. The divine brings you just enough supplies to get you through. You may feel like you should be done with the journey soon, but you have to be done with the initial vortex before the new one pulls you in. Maybe you thought you wanted to be at the centre of the vortex where the dream that God gave you is. But it's not there, it's actually at the edge of the vortex. When the joy of the new vortex pulls you in, you have to have escaped fully the gravity of the old one, and that can be hard. In this in-between place, it may look like nothing's going on. Some go back, but if you persevere, eventually the gravity of the new vortex will pull you in. And don't worry about being in the in-between stage. It can be surprisingly short. It doesn't have to go on for a long time. And you also have to leave the old joy of the old vortex behind. Are you sure you don't want this experience? Yeah, but the old joy from the old vortex is like a drug to avoid the pain. In feeling the pain, you're healing it and receiving the pure joy that you are heading towards. You'll find a great deal of joy and prosperity on the other side. A never-flowing river of joy, ever expanding, where we all relate through love. While not fully out of the old vortex, even if the in-between stage is very short, you may think, gosh, I'm not here yet. I wish I was here. It's hard. It's not a bad spot, in truth, but it will be if one stays in the same place. Have faith that it won't be forever. The hard part in the in-between stage, where the old joy has gone and the new joy, the pure joy, has yet to come in. This is where ego likes to come and tell you that God's abandoned you, there's no way through. The illusion tries to dissuade you from your dream and your vision. Take the journey and you'll get there. Even if you're not currently experiencing the enormous joy that a child of God is supposed to be experiencing, the garden of delights is on the other side of the vortex. Trudging through the mud sucks. We want to frolic and jump around in the sun. It takes enormous faith to walk through the challenges. And when you arrive on the other side, an unspeakable joy awaits. Harmonious twin flame union is just the start. You are on the spiritual journey to a higher level of joy. You may find you leave behind your old joy and great memories. These wonderful things are nothing compared to the wonderful things that are coming. You and your twin flame go together through eternity into the next and the next and the next vortex of joy. And you may experience a dip in joy, but the purpose of that is so you can come to a higher high, to go and leave behind what was for what will be. Leave the old dreams for new ones. It's not all at once. There's a constant arrival and departure, a deepening of spiritual maturity, waking up to the reality of the perfection of oneness with the divine. When you arrive at a new place, new challenges and new desires will arise. The frequency of this will rise until it's a perfectly steady vibration of heaven in that place. So trudge through the mud until you can frolic and become what you truly are, exquisitely divine. Have faith. Draw comfort and awareness from this. It can be hard from time to time. Check your metrics. Don't look at your feet and say you don't have it yet. Don't let the ego tell you what's what. Look around, check your spiritual landmarks. This is what's happening. Is it aligning? Can I handle challenges? It appeared to be bad, but it was everything that I desired it to be. Know that the divine walks with you, leading you to greater and greater joy. It only gets better. the joy connected to your life purpose and your twin flame union. You get to have a joyful relationship with life that feels good. You should feel the divine love in every person. The in-between stage can be uncomfortable. So the faith has to kick in with this process of creation. Your twin flame leads you to the divine. Love yourself on this journey to be with your twin flame. You know that loving your life brings you closer to the divine. It changes you in wonderful ways. Be willing to be changed by your twin flame love and divine love. Become really beautiful inside. And there's just some pieces left to work through, but that's just what you're doing. At every juncture, you'll be asked if this is really what you want. If you really want to leave the old vortex, and do you really want the new one? There's no substitute for the real thing. You're no longer available for the old thing. When the twin flame presents a challenge to work through by mirroring an upset, oh yes, work through that shit immediately. The mirroring will never be what you want it to be, unless it's all the love you've given yourself. Its purpose is to show you what it is in your consciousness that's asking for love right now, and that's okay. And don't delay. There's no reason to feel bad at any time. Yeah, there's no reason to sit in an upset. If something triggers you and it feels bad, you work through it immediately. And if you don't feel better straight away, write out the mirror exercise. You'll get better and better at it. Return to the truth that you are and always have been loved, because you never stopped being loved. It's realizing that the idea of not being loved is an illusion. It's who you naturally are. Do you feel that the divine loves you in the way that you need to be loved? Are you fully received by the divine, and are you fully receiving the divine? As you become more present with the divine, you'll have more and more energy, as you won't be taking from yourself. You'll really enjoy purging out the bad feelings when you know it's all the junk that's coming out and it's not even real. Leaving the old vortex means you're no longer thinking, I think I may need this, it's going to be like this or that. It's being in a new comfortable space and being able to have a completely new experience. You'll be having the same experience as your twin flame. If you're feeling the attraction towards them, they will be too. Any third party or hairbrush situation that may still be knocking about will have a block along similar lines to the blocks that you have. Otherwise, they couldn't have been interacting. Maybe the third party also has a block of being deserving of true love. So if you are in a third party situation, relax, because it can't be anything real. Your twin flame's not truly available to anyone else, any more than you are, so don't believe that they can be. Because that's what manifests situations. Now, hairbrushes or fake partners often have similar blocks to us because they're your person's training ground. There will be similarities, just like there'll be similarities between your twin flame and your exes when you get together, because there's a pattern there to clear. There's a reason why you ended up being attracted to your exes. We knew what we were looking for, but we might not have been fully aware, and we're just following our instincts. Exes are a stepping stone. All romantic relationships are a stepping stone, because sometimes we have to be what's not right for us in order for us to get clear on what is right. Any hairbrush, if there is one in your reality, is actually what your coming together story looks like. So Can just relax in that area and try and see it from the higher perspective. It's just misguidedness from a belief in the inability to have the real thing. There's a lot of compassion needed for yourself and for your twin flame in the place that chose that. There's a lot of love needed in there. A union is brewing though. We just don't know the timing. Dissolve the block about not deserving love and let the divine in. Everything comes at the right time. We know we've left the old life behind, moving into the new life, but the new life might not yet have come in and grounded. Nothing you can do will make it happen faster. It's just a process of feeling your feelings and moving through them. Let the cycles work their process. There's a lot of energy building. There's a lot of people poised for union at this time. There's going to be a real big shift. Remember, your twin flame is with you wherever you are. Feeling their physical absence implies you still feel separate, and you're not. They're always present. They're you. You're unblocking your own divinity, your own divine connection. Release any worries that you may have about that. Okay, everybody, I'm going to finish here. I really hope that you enjoyed it and hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.